So there you go. Well, the doc it just apparently got. But how long before you go back? Do you have any? I mean, when you get off the. I mean, let's be honest. At the end of the day, if you've been in there for 5-6 days in a row practicing medicine in these conditions, there's got to be a big party that says, "Get me out of here. Get me back to indoor plumbing and showers and hot food and you know what I mean."
Yeah, the group, several doctors from Loma Linda were there, and as soon as we boarded the plane, they said. Because we had a 5-6 hours overlay in Fort Lauderdale, and the first thing they wanted to look for is Burger King.
Oh, I can just imagine. Seriously, it's same deal with Iron Man. It's the first thing he wanted was a cheeseburger when he got back, and a lot of people want to go and want to help, and that's been something that happened since the earthquake initially happened. But people really, you need to kind of think it through and what your skill set is and what they need there. They don't need just a zillion people to land and say, "Hey, I want to help." Yeah. They need people with pretty specific skill sets.
It sounds pretty bad, but it's not that bad because when you are there is another group of 30-40 people who are working selflessly. Yeah. And I think there is something to this selfless service because everybody is still very happy because this is a choice that we made to live in those conditions to help. You know? And there's nobody complaining. The song is "Life is a Beautiful Journey." Who knows what will happen tomorrow? Live it today. And this song, when we play, you'll hear that everybody will sing and dance, and it is wonderful. I'll sing that a couple lines. जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना. जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना. उल्लरी 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 उल्लरी. Okay, you can stop. It's a pretty long song.
That makes me want to go to Haiti less. Actually, I don't want to go anymore.
You don't want to have to sing.
Yeah, exactly. If karaoke's involved, I mean the destitute people and all the people, the poverty, all of that stuff. But karaoke, I can't sign off on. That may be a deal breaker for me, unless there's a no karaoke section in Port-au-Prince, and there's got to be a Holiday Inn Express or something over there. Dr. Kumar is here, and so is Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that's it.
So the first couple of times when Steven said before you ever came on the show, he said Scarlett something. I said Johansson, she's in, and then it turns out that it wasn't her at all. It was Scarlett Sabin. But
you let me come back?
I do. Well, I don't have security privileges, so I can't keep you out is the problem. If I had any type of security, do you think this kid would be in here?
I don't know. My kid, you kind of like my kid, I think.
No, you're thinking wrong. He's an awful, awful little person. And maybe he could go to Haiti for a while. It might do him some good. Like a year would be good.
I really like to take a group of the high school children there for a week and
seriously, if there's anything kids in America need, it's a reality check. It's to find out just how unbelievably spoiled they are and how good they have it here.
And then there will be no complaints after they come back. It'll look like heaven.
Right, especially with the karaoke. They'll anything. Get me back to professional musicians. Anybody. Taylor Swift will start to sound good at some point. Well, so you were there. You were there 6 days.
Yes.
In this hospital. And there's 200 patients at a time in this hospital.
Right.
How many other doctors were there at the same time
it's
you were?
About 10, 12 doctors.
12 doctors, 200 patients. In a modern American hospital, what's the ratio?
I think here in America, in Bakersfield, we have close to 1,000 doctors, we have 4 or 5 hospitals.
Wow. I mean, that's like a MASH unit at that point. Yeah. And you're sleeping there at the hospital. And you what do you just all day just try to...
Yeah, all day, all night. We were there. Whenever the patients will constantly come to the emergency room, there are inpatients. They would need services all the time. But the busy area and this where the emergency room was busy all day, all night.
I can just imagine. But at what point, the part I can't quite get my head around is, at what point does that become better? You know what I mean? How long before you go back and you're at this same hospital and there's nobody knocking on the door? It's just a regular day.
I think it is, and things may even get worse with the rainy season coming. We see a bunch of people with typhoid. Now you're going to see malaria,
Yeah, I forgot about that because that's coming up pretty quick. And
this week,
Oh, and by the way, and if you're not familiar with that part of the world, they'll tell you even in South Florida, and it's so much wetter and there's so much more. That's all they need out there because obviously where you got standing water, there's a lot more problems with germs.
So what it is, I think, Scott, they need sustainable help. And not for this year, for years to come. And one of the problems that I identified, I talked to a teacher, local teacher there, and the education is very expensive. Even the primary education, which is free in this country and most other nations that we know of, primary education is free. Their mom and dad have to decide whether to send this child to school or buy food for this. So 60% of the children, 60% of the people there are uneducated.
Right. Yeah. The literacy rate's about 40%.
So unless they come out of it, I don't think there is any hope there.
And that's the problem we talked about this last time you were on. You want to isolate something. You're a doctor. That's the area you can help in. Or now they're talking about we were talking to a guy yesterday. They've got an orphanage that needs a new roof, and they're trying to get people to go out there like somebody with roofing experience. So if you can do that, there's a specific thing. But overall, it's not just about getting these people back up on their feet again. This is such a long-term problem.
It is. It is.
If left to their own devices, if all the people there to help just left again, these people would just build these shanty towns right back up out of concrete blocks.
Right. There's a physician who was from Haiti. He went to Orlando for studying and all that. Then he was there in our group, and he said, if I am the president of this country, I'm going to bomb this city and rebuild from the scratch. Yeah,
because that really is about because when they get this, when they start to rebuild stuff there, it's literally. There's going to have to be some actual construction standards, and you're right. We need those people need a way to make a living. They need to get all their kids educated, and then they need proper places to live, and that's something that's going to go on forever. That's